Hey everybody, welcome back to Mountaineer Bushcraft and Survival Systems. Today I'm going to try something out. I found a few items at my local Dollar General. We are going to see if this will actually work. So, you guys stick with me real quick and we'll drop the camera down here so you can get a look at what I'm working with. This is what we have, everybody. We got some cooking oil, and I found this glass jar with I think it's a setup for like a tiki torch kind of deal. That wick comes right out of there. What we're going to do is we're going to take this cheap vegetable oil and see if we can't not make us a very long lasting candle. These were both these items here were fairly affordable. This was $2.50 and that was $4. So simply what we're going to do is pop open our cooking oil. We're going to pour in. I'm going to go to about there. So roughly half that bottle-ish, not quite half. It should soak up into that wick. So I mean, I really don't want to completely fill this container up. Not the smartest idea in the world to do that. Okay, now there's another thing about this too. This thing does not properly seal, so that's something to keep in mind. I mean, it does hold it pretty decent, but if anybody does try to get one of these and do what I'm doing with it, just keep that in mind. This thing is not like 100% perfectly safe by any means. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to... that wick's a little stiff. I'd like to got that completely down in there, but she's fighting me. Sorry, maybe it'll be a little easier to manipulate once it soaks up the oil. There's no point in me just keeping the camera on this thing and you guys watching the paint dry while this oil soaks up into that wick. So I'm going to cut the camera off for just a few minutes until this gets soaked up in there. Then we'll get right back to you. Well, that actually took quite a while. We're just about 30 minutes since I paused it, and I pretty much had to screw the lid down tight, force my thumb over that and push that down and hold it upside down because that wick was not absorbing that very well at all. So highly recommend that you pre-soak the wick and go to the trouble of running everything back down in there. But this is more along the line of a prepper kind of thing. It'd be a way to have a long-lasting light source in case of power outages and the like. But I think I got this enough now where I can light it. This also definitely be handy to have a pair of a multi-tool or neo-nose pliers or something on hand to do any kind of maintenance on this thing while you're using it, in case you need to adjust the wick. So I'm going to light this wick here and see what we got. And ventilation, highly important because this thing is obviously going to put off some carbon, and you don't want this in a confined space. And definitely, if you got children or cats and stuff like that in the house, they could knock it over. I mean, this lid is screwed down tight, but this ring piece here, this neck, it slides up and down. So you could have a situation where this thing actually gets knocked over and oil leaks out while this is still burning, and next thing you know, you got a pretty serious fire on your hands. So, like a lot of things, just use extreme caution and safety while using something like this. Now, Mike, I'm just real curious to see how well this is going to pull the oil up out of there, or is it going to actually just char up the wick? And because if it chars up the wick, we're not going to be calling this a success, because this has got to be able to pull oil up out of there to continue burning, or otherwise we're just burning the cotton. So it does look like it's having a little bit of trouble pulling oil. But that could be the wick. The wick may just be actually designed to only work with tiki torch oil. That could be a situation we're looking at here. But we're losing the flame. So it's pretty well just heating up the wick and not really doing much with the oil. It is still burning though. The wind coming in on us. It's definitely pulling some oil, or otherwise that flame would not still be going. I'm thinking a proper lamp wick would have been more ideal. See if we can trim a little bit of that. Maybe it'll help. There's just a little bit of a blue flame here on the side. Smells like it's trying to burn that oil that's in that wick, but it's just not quite enough. Okay, just for the sake of this taking for a while, I'll just go ahead and pause you and get back with you here in a little bit and see how things progress. Okay, guys, we trimmed that down a little bit shorter, been blocking the wind from hitting it real hard, and seems like it's stabilized. It's not wanting to poop out now. Uh, Definitely needs standard lamp wick. Would probably work vastly superior than the type that came in it. However, it is working. All right, I think I'll call that a success. So I think with that, I did, like I said, I put that whole bottle in here, and I couldn't even tell you how many hours that would burn. Quite a few, especially because that flame isn't too intense, so it's not eating up a whole lot of it at once. All right, guys, here you go. Hopefully that was helpful. Like I said, that's not as near as good as I was hoping it was going to turn out to be, but sometimes when you experiment with this stuff, you have good successes, moderate, and not so good. And this one's not the worst, but bring it back up to you here. But it's still going. So, and with the amount of liquid that's in there, that oil, like I said, this thing's going to burn for a very, very, very long time. And it's been on long enough now since I last cut. I'm very confident that that's pretty stable. So that's about, let's say, a $7 solution here altogether. And like I said, you get many, many hours of burn time out of this bad boy. So, carefully put this down real quick, guys. All right, with that, hope that was informative. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're getting channel starting to get built up a little bit, or getting close to 500 subscribers. So, kind of looking forward to getting over 500. So, appreciate y'all, and y'all have a very good day.